Hey guys, it's Tom Seidner, and the other day one of my favorite toys stopped working. So I've been using my 3D printer since I got it in about December of last year, and now it is February, so all of a sudden I was using it and I turned it off and I went to use it again, and when I did I had a black screen and it wasn't working. As you can see, it's chugging away like it's supposed to be, but as of a few days ago it wasn't working properly. And what had happened was I had used it, I went to use it again, I turned it on, and the screen right here was black. Nothing on the screen. The light on the on-off switch came on like that, but other than that, that's all it would do. So I took apart the control center. There were 8 screws. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here, and one here. Once I got the control center taken apart, I took out the power supply. Now the first thing I noticed when I took the power supply out is that the stickers were over the top of the screws. So I knew this was going to void my warranty if I took the screws out of the power supply. But I'd already looked up the cost of a new power supply, and a new power supply was only $19. And so it wouldn't be worth my while to try to get a replacement under warranty for $19. So I decided to go ahead and attempt to repair this myself. Once I took the power supply apart, it was pretty simple inside. Just had a few capacitors and a step-down transformer and some other things. It has a fuse, and so the first thing I did was I checked the power on the fuse, but the power to the fuse was good. I ran it across the line and on the other side of the fuse here and here, and I had power flowing through that. I also checked the power to the switch and the power from the switch to the inline. And here you can see the inlines, and I checked power here, and I had 110 volts going across here. This one right here is a ground, so I didn't need to do anything with that. So I knew I had power coming in here. I also knew I had power coming across my fuse, so I knew that was okay. I looked at all my capacitors because a lot of times you can tell if a capacitor is blown by the top. Sometimes the tops will actually pop off or they'll bow really bad. And I didn't see any capacitors that looked like they had an issue. So as I looked around, I started seeing some weird whiteness around this resistor. Now this is a high voltage resistor, and I didn't think this white stuff looked right. So as I touched it with my finger, the white stuff started coming off, and I kind of realized that this had burnt. And so I figured this was more than likely the problem. So I went ahead and I got the numbers off of it here, and I went on Amazon and I was able to buy a pack of 5 of these for $8. That's a pretty cheap fix for a $400 3D printer. So I was pretty happy with that. So I ordered the parts. The parts came in, and this is what the part looked like. So I unsoldered the part from the main board using my soldering iron and my solder sucking tool. I'm sure this tool has a real name, but I can't think of it right now. So anyway, I removed the old resistor and I soldered in the new resistor. Once I did, I plugged it back in, hooked it up, applied power to it, and I checked the voltage across the negative and the positive side of the voltage, and the voltage was correct. It was 23.9 volts. I did adjust the voltage regulator here to make it a solid 24 volts, and then I was pretty satisfied that the thing was working. I put it all back together and put it back in my printer, and lo and behold, my printer fired up and was working again. Here is a picture of the old resistor that I took out and what it looked like once I removed it. It had burnt completely through, and one of the legs had completely fallen off. As you can see, my printer is now moving right along, doing its thing, printing away, and everything's working good. So if you guys have any questions at all about how I fixed this printer, or what the issue was, or what I ordered to fix the printer, or any of that stuff, please leave comments in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I answer them as soon as possible. And that's it for now. Until I see you guys again, happy computing.